Before we start the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, you can press here for subscribe the channel, and also don't forget to press the bell so every time when we have a new video you will know it right away. Thank you. Hello all the warriors, this is Roy. Welcome to Arena, and today we're going to talk about the RS 4.0 system. And if you already checked the RS 4.0 simple version, then I think you already know what's the details about the RS 4.0. But just in here, just in case the people didn't watch it before, so here I'm just gonna talk about a little bit. So the RS 4.0 system is basically for makes the system is make the left and right independently move independently. So which means is you can see here, and I'm gonna do the sliding, but this side it doesn't move at all. Okay, so which means it's like this this side too, if I do, it doesn't move, it moves independently. And also for the backward is move independently too. Okay, so this is basically the idea about the RS 4.0 systems. So here we're going to talk about more about this rear versions. So here the difference between the front and the back is the back I have the stabilizer here. I'm using the 9mm space and straight, just using the screws and put a spacer. The spacer. This is the plastic spacers, and then it make us the stabilizer. So here you can see there's still a little bit room for it, so you won't touch the track at all, because you see there's nothing you know, damage whatever, but this car is already run on the track before. Okay, and so there's no damage at all. So here, which means it's not gonna block, like make your car slow because it's touching the track. Okay, and then we can check the inside. So here you can see here using this two spot is for the AT. It's a little bit close to the idea of the anchor, but here actually I just make those two as the AT system and using the screw and make the bottom plate and to make it as the AT. So which means is like AT system is moving like this for the rear plate. Of course you need to have the bottom plate to hold the whole systems. Okay, and the other thing I'm gonna talk about is the underguard. So here you can see I'm using the two popsicle and to make the underguard. So you can see here I have this is the plastic bushings, and then those two, and to hold this underguard. Okay, but it won't block the rollers. Okay, you see the roller is still moving, so it won't block your rollers. So here we have the underguard for this systems. And also here you can check over here, you can see the center here, there is a screws over here. So that one is basically, if you have see the video before, I show you what the RS system, the idea is I want to make this system as like a universal. So which means no matter, well, of course not 100%, but most of the track that you are facing, and you can just using the RS 4.0 system and to do all those track. So basically that for that spot is when you don't need, if you don't need the sliding dampers. So which means is if you don't need a sliding damper, so which means a sliding damper, if you don't need it, so you can put a 3mm screws over there, and you can 3mm spacers here, and you could put the screw from the bottom and to tie it from the bottom using the lock nut or whatever, or just regular nut to tie it. And then this way, then your sliding damper will be blocking, like which means we stop the function for the sliding damper. And same idea as the pivot. So which means is on this side, of course I didn't do this at the back because I believe the pivot can help my car back to the track, which means can make my AT system is more successfully to make my car back to the track. So I didn't do that at the rear system, but I will do that at my front RS 4.0 front systems. But the rear I didn't do it, and it's basically just gonna put a screw here, same idea, put the screw and from the bottom and put the spacers, and you can block the arm and not be able to turn, like do the pivot, okay, like move backward. So it will block the pivot, so which means you can only have the sliding at all. So which means if you don't have any kind of like let's say rocking straight or something, wave, whatever, you just need the sliding damper. For example, there's only difficult part for the track will be just the digital curve, whatever. So you can straight just using this like the sliding dampers. Okay, so you can block this if you want. And the other thing is, if you like the track is basically high speed, you don't need all those options, you can straight block those two. Then it become original, just the simple setup, like hard setup. So it makes your cars like hard. Okay, so you won't do the pivot, you won't do the sliding, and just gonna do like regularly. Like it's just like, you know, when you like, you know, like when we play the car, then like long time ago, then there's no such like a pivot, whatever. So usually we just put the popsicle at the back and just put the rollers, like those hard setup. So that's the idea about this 4.0. So you can depends on the track layout to change your function. And then you can see here there's two posts over here, and basically because this time I'm going to Toronto, so they have the rocking straight. So I need to make my car be able to change the shape, because I want to pass the rocking straight as soon as I can, as fast as I can. So which means the fastest way you can do is to fit the rocking straight and to make your system, the plates can change the shape and make your car to pass through the rocking straight easily. So which means if you can see here the pivot setup I can do, because it's independently, remember. So if we hit it, and the maximum it can be much more, the space I can short to this much, okay, from here to here, so this much. And then of course I give myself another, because I tested that before, so you can see the hole right over here, those two. I can change those two posts to over this side and this side, because you can see here there's a lot of room from this distance to this distance. So at that moment I can move the moving distance can be more up to here, so you can backward all the way to here. So it makes the car can pass and makes the car more room to pass the rocking straight. But eventually, because I test like this, it's already good enough. I don't need to move like change to this spot, this position. So it's all good to set up just like that. Okay, so this is about the rear, the 4.0 systems. And if you want to see how it runs on the track, like I mean like in the race, then you can check the previous arena challenge, and because I'm using this car in that challenge already. So if you want to see how it runs, you can check that video, and I will put that video in the end of this video, so you can click it and take a look at it. Okay, and also here today I'm also gonna show you about the slow motion for this car, because the front is also the 4.0 system, but the concept is same, but the idea and the way I made it is totally different. Well, not totally, probably like a 40% difference. Okay, so but today we're just gonna talk about the rear, and later on we're gonna talk about the front later. Okay, so here I have some slow motion video for you to see how it works in during the rocking straight and the digital curve. Alright, so if you like this video, please hit the like button for me, gonna be very helpful for me. Alright, and then let's take a look at the slow motion video. Alright, and I will see you next time.